Good morning, everyone. My name is Mustapha. I'm from Nigeria. I'm currently living in China. Yeah, actually, many people ask me like, how can start my application process? How can apply university in China? So this is the main reason why I decide to start doing this kind of short video to explain people like how to start their application by themselves. You can apply university from everywhere in the world. You can just need to have your laptop. By the use of your laptop, you can apply, you can start your process like from the day one to last day. So first of all, like before you start your application, the only things I know, and many people know this, like you have to have the like your document, the certain documents, you need them, which is, if you look at my screen here, like you see here, this is the document that you need for bachelor, for masters, and for PhD. If you look at it here very well, like as I show in my screen, like here is the here is the like document for bachelor and language. In China you can apply language like Chinese language program to like for 1 year. You can also do degree or masters in language, in Chinese language. But the main things here, like I want you to focus, is for bachelor and masters and PhD. So this is the real document that you need to get before you start your application. So, and I'm going to explain all these documents, like I'm going to explain them very well so that everyone will know where he's going to start. First of all, like you have to have your own passport. This is the first thing. And secondly, the personal photo, the highest degree certificate, the highest degree transcript, the physical examination report, the language certificate, the bank statement for some universities, the curriculum vitae, which is like CV, the criminal record report, the study or research plan, the self-introduction video, the two recommendation letters from like a professor. But for this one, if you look at for bachelor, their their document stop here, like number 12, which is like self introduction video. But for masters, it continue. If you have to watch this arrow, like it's going to guide you to know like which document need for masters, for bachelor, and for PhD. So for master's student and PhD, they also need like two recommendation letters and papers or articles if you have. But for PhD, it must. You have to have articles or paper that you publish before. And if you are already in China and you want to, for example, you do your bachelor here in China and you want to apply for masters, so you have to provide this additional document, which is Chinese visa and resident permit, or performance statement certificate from your previous university. Yeah. So let's go direct to the okay. The first and the important document to start your application is passport. Actually, passport, it is very important because like without passport, you cannot start your application. So before you start looking for anything, you have to do your passport. This is the first one according to the documents. uh and this passport, after you get your passport, there is some like format document requirement that need during the process, because every university has their own like different requirement, but this one is like general. That is why I provide like a short information about most of the like general things that usually be in like almost all the universities. So if you look at here, I provide the sample of the passports. As if you look at my screen, so you will see here, look at here, you will see is a data page. This is the data page for the passports. And this is what you are going to upload during your admission process. And this data page, you are going to like photocopy it, which is the photocopy must be in color scan copy. As you see here, the document requirement number 1 must be color scan copy. This is the number 1 document requirement for the passport. Number 2, the passport, it consists of 2 consecutive pages. Yeah, which is the data page. The first page, look at as I show you in my screen, like as the sample. And the format of the passport, like when you like do the color scanning copy, the format must be like in PDF or GPG. Yeah. And the last one, the most important one, some people, they already has their own passport. Maybe they already study abroad, maybe Cyprus, UK, or something else, and you want to apply maybe masters here. So if you already have your own passport, so the important thing, you have to check the date, like expiring date for that passport. If it is less than 1 year, so you have to renew your passport before you start the application process, because this like China policy, you have to have like at least more than 1 year, like valid for more than 1 year before you start your application. If it is like less than 1 year, maybe 8 months, maybe 8 months or 3 months or 6 months, like to your passport, maybe it remain only 8 months or 6 months, or like 3 months to expire. So you have to go and renew it. Yeah, this is the most like this is the one of the important like requirements and the most important document for the application process. I will go for the second one. The second one is the personal photo. For the personal photo, I provide the sample here as you see on my screen. And this personal photo also must be in white background, because some people, they usually do like personal photo on their own, maybe by use the green background, red, or anyone. No, for the application, like must be white background. Yeah. And second document requirement for the personal photo, like must be formal version without any hearts. Yeah, they don't need to put any cap or any effort or anything like this. No, they just really want to see your face, like Uh, and the format for this personal photo must be GPG format, because you are going to upload it in your application, which is like it's going to show your face. So if you make it in PDF, so you cannot upload it. Yeah. So I'm going to the next document, which is the highest degree certificate. In my country, we usually call it like secondary certificate. Highest degree certificate, one of the important. This one, it's usually for students who are going to apply bachelor. If you are going to apply bachelor degree, actually you need to provide your highest degree certificate, and this highest degree certificate must be in English or Chinese. The reason why I say that, for students who are from maybe Burkina Faso or any other country like under France, that maybe their medium of study, it's not English or Chinese. So actually they need to translate it. They need to translate their certificate, and they need to notarize. They need to do like notarization. Like they need to get a notarization stamp. It's either from a lawyer or from the Ministry of Education of that country. Yeah. But for like in this case, for people who are from the like country that this country English is the common language, such as for example Nigeria, Uganda, and other some countries in Africa. So you don't need to do any translation, since like your English is the common language in the country. So you don't need to do that. Or maybe you are from the like native speaking country. Also, you don't need to do any like notarizations or something like that. And the format for this must be in GPG also. You have to like scan the color scan for this like highest degree certificate, color scan, and the format must be in GPG or PDF. Yeah. And the last one, like for students who are going to apply PhD, PhD candidates need to provide both master's and bachelor certificates. But for bachelor student, for bachelor degree, the only usually the university need only the highest degree certificate. Yeah, in this case, like for students from my country, which is Nigeria, they usually ask me if I don't have WAEC, because for me, for we in Nigeria, we use like we have two exams that used to go to university. If you have like, for example, WAEC or NECO, for example, maybe you have WAEC and your WAEC has like some problem. Maybe you don't have maybe chemistry or something, and but you pass like chemistry in your NECO, so you can join the result together and use them once. But if, for example, maybe you don't have WAEC but you have a NECO, you can also use NECO. It's okay. Like both the certificate is okay. But the important thing, like that WAEC or NECO must go through like Ministry of Education to get the attestation. Yeah, this attestation, or to get a seal from a lawyer or something. Yeah, to so that the school will know like this is the original, because there is a lot of scam issue for that. Yeah. And lastly, like for PhD candidates need to provide like both master's and bachelor certificate. I mean, when you are going to apply for PhD student, you have to provide your master's certificate and bachelor certificate. But for master's student, they only need to like provide your bachelor certificate. Yeah. So I hope you understand. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section. So let's go to the next one. The next one, and one of the important one, is the highest degree transcript. Highest degree transcript is also very important. Like most university asks for the highest degree transcript. And this highest degree transcripts, like it needs the first requirement for is must be like original and translated document. I mean, for students who are not from the like native speaking English country, and students who are not like came from like language as a English as a second language in the country. So they have to translate the that certificate. It's either in English or in Chinese version. Yeah, if you are going to apply university in China. But if you are going to apply university in maybe Indonesia, it's also another thing. Or in Qatar, it's also another thing. Or in UK or something like that. But the important things that I want you to understand, this most of these things is general like requirement in China. Yeah. And this transcript also need to get a cert from lawyer, yeah, or to get like a notarization. Yeah, and many people know where they'll get like the notarization, maybe in the court or from lawyer or from the Ministry of Education or from the like Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You can get all these sealed. The important is the school to get like confidence with your like with your credential, to know like this credential is authentic and it's original. It's not like forged. So, and for the PhD candidate also need to provide both master's and bachelor certificate. And the last one, like the transcript must include all the semesters. For example, you did your bachelor. So during your bachelor, maybe you did like 8 semesters. So all the semesters must be in that transcript with the stamp of the your university. Yeah, it is very important, that stamp. So the next one is like physical examination check. This physical examination check, it is compulsory. Yeah, actually, if you need the form, you can comment in the like for students who are going to apply in China. China actually has the like a format for physical examination check. So if you need the form, so you can comment in the you can send me a message in the comment section, or you can send me your email, and ask for the physical examination records like format, so that I can send you. As you see here in my screen, if you look at it here, look at the front side, back side, and the like for students who are studying in China, for them they cannot use they cannot use this like this format for if you are not in China. So it means you have to use this one, physical examination record. This PDF as I show you in my screen. This is the one that you are going to use. But for students who are there already in China, for example, you finish your bachelor here, you want to apply masters, so you have to go to the like any Chinese hospital. There's some Chinese like specific hospital like that you have to go and do your medical checkup. So after the medical, the hospital will like provide the certificate for you that you are going to upload in your application. Yeah. And the most important things like you have to make sure your photo need to be stamped. Yeah. The hospital that like do the test for you, they have to do the stamp on that, because like that stamp it show the real of this to show like the certificate is authentic. Yeah. And this physical examination checkup certificate also must be valid for 6 months. Yeah, after 6 months, so you have to change a new one if you are going to apply for another university. You have to change for a new one. So the next one is like language certificate. In this part, it is very important. Everyone need to sit down and understand this. Language certificate, like for students who are studying in China now. For example, you are in China, you finish your bachelor, you want to do like your masters. Most of the university need to provide maybe HSK certificate. This HSK certificate is an English certificate. It's English like proficiency certificate. It's like the same thing with IELTS or TOEFL or English Training Center. So, for example, if you are not in China and the school asks for the language certificate, which is like it's compulsory, especially if you are not from like a native speaking country or English is not a second language in your country. So you must provide this certificate. So in that case, if you do, for students who are going to apply masters, if you do your bachelor in English, so you can ask your maybe your university or like your department to write a letter to show that you do your bachelor in English. So some university accept that, but some university actually don't accept that. Some university only need to provide IELTS or TOEFL or Matrix or Duolingo. You need to provide one of them. But some university accept letter from like your previous university as far as you do your bachelor in English. Or for students who are going to apply for bachelor, so you need to go back to your like secondary school or your secondary school to go and ask for the what the for a letter, like maybe from your principal or from the examination officer, to write a letter to say like this student is study so yes this, yeah, something like that. So you can also use that one. Or for example, maybe you attend a English training center. So if you have that certificate also, you can use it. So that one also is accepted. And one of the important like certificate must be valid period. Some toppers like for people who are going to use IELTS or something like that. So um the certificate has maybe 1 year valid or 2 years. So you need to change when it expires, like when you are going to apply for university. And one of the important things, like, for example, some university usually do interview. When you submit your language certificates, like after submitting everything, after they submitting all your materials, you submit your application. They usually do interview to especially students who come like from the uh, like country that English is a second language. For example, Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda, and other countries. Yeah. So I think I finished with this one. So let's go to the next like document. The next one is bank statement. As you look at bank statement, not all university ask for bank statement, especially for university. If you apply for scholarship, most of the university don't need bank statement, but some ask. So you have to prepare it. When you prepare it, it will really help you. because like, and the document requirement for this bank statement, like balance should be more than 3,000 USD, and with a bank official stamp, like the stamp of that bank must be there in the certificate, and it should be valid for 6 months. Yeah. So bank statement is very important. But the good news, like not all university ask for that, but some university seriously ask, because without that one, like your application can even be considered as invalid. Yeah. So the curriculum vitae, like which is the CV. CV, it is very important because mostly when you submit your application, like in China system, after you submit your application, they usually like send your application to the department you apply. For example, maybe you apply civil engineering. After you submit your application, they usually send the all your document to that department. So some like professors, they has to check in case like we don't get professor, even though I'll explain that one later about the issue of how can get professor or something like that, for especially for master's student and PhD. But the important, like you have to write your CV well, because that one will get the attention of the professor to accept you, like to be in his team, like especially for master's student or PhD. And one of the document requirement for that CV, like no gap, like from high school to present. You have to put everything. If has work experience, like you have to put any like working experience that you have, like, and you in some certain situation you have to even attach the certificate for that working experience, because it will really help you. Yeah, it will really help you because it has like it add a lot of chances of getting maybe the scholarship or the university to accept you. The next one is the non-criminal certificate. Non-criminal certificate, actually, it is very important. Not only China, every country in the world like need this document before they accept you. You have to do non-criminal certificate in your country, maybe in the police headquarters or something like that. So, and this non-criminal certificate must be in English or Chinese version. Should be valid for 6 months. Yeah, if it is like after 6 months, so you have to do a new one. And if the student is in China, so you have to go, and maybe you can go to your university to ask for your like performance letter, or you can go to the local police station to ask for to submit your passport. So after maybe 1 week, so that you can go and get your letter, your non-criminal certificate. But in case for other countries, I think you have to go to the headquarter. Yeah. So as you see here, this is the sample of the non-criminal certificate. It's very important. You cannot like apply university in China without non-criminal certificate. So you have to do it. And the next one is study plan. Study plan is very important, especially for master's student and PhD student. If you are going to apply for masters, make sure like your study plan is well written, because especially for PhD student, mostly like professors usually look at the study plan very deep to see like if the student is serious or something like that. From there, they will understand which kind of student is. Yeah. So don't play with your study plan. And mostly like during your admission process, application process, you have to check the website of the university. Some university need like 1,000 word, some need 2,000 word, some need 800 word. So it depends of the university. And the important news, like when you are going to apply university, make sure you go through the website of that university to look at what the format of that, because some university provide the format for like study plan. So if the university that you are going to apply provide that format, so you have to follow the format. Because if you don't follow the format, so actually they may be reject your admission, they may be reject your application, so you'll end up lose. So this is the reason why I explain you better go through your website to check, is this university provide the format for study plan. If it is not, so you can use any format, it's on your own. The important thing is like to make sure you write it very well and very clear. Yeah. And for bachelor student, usually, yeah, usually also some university also ask them for study plan. But most of the important, like The study plan is for masters and like PhD student. Yeah. And in some university usually also asks for like bachelor student to provide a study plan. And some people like they usually ask like what is the difference between study plan and research plan. Usually like most of the university in China, they usually ask for research plan for people who are going to apply for PhD. Yeah, PhD student. Even though some university asks also master student to provide like the research plan. Yeah, it depends on your professor. For example, but the important thing like for masters and PhD, if you have your own research plan, like already have your own plan, it's better to provide it to the university because it will add a chance of you to get accepted to that university. Yeah, it is very important. But for PhD, it's compulsory. Yeah, it's compulsory. Like you have to get like a research plan before they even uh, uh, accept you. And lastly, like for PhD student, it's compulsory to get a supervisor before you start your application. But for masters, some university is compulsory, and most of the university, almost 80% of the university, is not compulsory. And some university usually need maybe 200, some 300, 800, some 1000, some 2000. So it depends on the university. So you have to check the website of the university to know like what the requirement of my university so that I can did everything well. The next one is like self introduction video. Um, Not all university ask for the self introduction video. But some university usually ask, and the reason why they ask because they want to get your accent. Like, how is it? You said like you did it like IELTS exam, so they want to know like what you are saying, is it true or not? So it's like, and they are interviewing you through that's what you are saying. Like maybe they just want you to speak English for students who apply for English medium, and for students who apply for Chinese medium. Also, they want to like like see, yeah, your Chinese, is it good or not? Yeah, because for students who apply for in Chinese medium, they have usually some university asks for like HSK4, some university asks for HSK5. So it depends. But for students who are not in China or automatically, so they don't need to care about anything like HSK. The important, since you are going to apply for English medium, so the important is it's either to provide a certificate from like your previous university or previous high school, or to do the certificate, or maybe you have a certificate from like a training center, or maybe you have a IELTS certificate. So all that is accepted here in China. For this video, like self-introduction video, it is very important also and must be in 1 to 2 minutes, and also must be in English or Chinese, and video must be clear and quiet. Yeah, you cannot do a video like your face is not showing, so it must be very clear. And if you have any question later, you can ask me in the comment section. Yeah. And the important one also, but this one is only for masters and PhD student. Two recommendation letters from supervisor, from like a professor or associate professor, from a professor or associate professor of your like previous university. You must provide this. It is very important. Recommendation letter. I will provide the sample letter as I show you here. Look at here in my screen is the sample. But if you need the sample again, I can send it to you in your email. You can like comment in the, you can like write your email in the comment section. So I will send you later if you need that. And that letter must be like has a stamp and also must has a signature and any necessary, for example, like the phone number or email of that professor, because some university usually contact the professors to like to know like this, is it a real document, not just like because some students just go to find their own like professor by themselves to, yeah, something like that. So you have to make sure like the document must be with the signature and content information for that professor. It is very important. Yeah. And this document, it's only for the two recommendation letters, it's only for master's student and PhD student. And lastly, like for bachelor student, don't need that. And the important, like you cannot provide one recommendation letter to say like one is okay. No, it's two. The requirement is two, and you have to provide that too if you want your application to like to go to accept it or something like that. And the last one, like or second to the last one is like papers, articles for graduate students. This one usually is compulsory for PhD student. Sometimes like some professors ask like master student, but it's not compulsory for master student. But for when you have like a paper or articles, like it's at your it at like additional and additional what it actually like get additional chance of being accepted in that university or being accepted in for that professor. But for PhD student, it's compulsory. Like it's compulsory to have an article or papers before a like professor accepts you because acceptance letter for PhD student it is very important and it's compulsory. But for master student, it's not compulsory. But in some universities here in China, even for master student, it's compulsory, but most of the university is not compulsory. Yeah, if you get it, okay. If you don't get it's also okay. But the important is to get the accepted letter from a professor. I'll explain this how you send email to professor, how you get the content. I'll explain it later in the next video. But the only thing, look at the sample here, the important one here, like for example, if you have the articles or like papers that you have been published, so it's better to upload it. It will help your application process. The next one, like this one is resident permit. For this one is for students who are in China now. For example, you finish your bachelor, you want to apply for masters, so you need to provide these documents, your visa, like from the previous university. Yeah, then student enrollment certificate for this one also is for students who are currently in China who are going to apply for masters or PhD. So this is the end of this video. Actually, this is the main and necessary document that most of the university in China require during the application process. So if you have any question, you can comment you can write your question in the comment section, or I will attach my number or and my email in the comment section. You can ask anything you have. If you get confused with anything, you can ask me direct. You can send me email. And for people who are in my like WhatsApp group, also can ask me here. I can provide any sample of all these documents. Like if you need a sample, for example, for study plan, you want to grab your own study plan, but you need a guidance or sample, so you can also ask me. For also like for people who need a sample of what next. Yeah, mostly is study plan. People ask a lot about study plan or research plan, something like that. Also, if you need a sample for CV, which is curriculum vitae, if you need a sample, you can also ask me. And make sure you share this video to your friends, like so that they will get the benefit with this. The main reason why I'm doing this video like is to help my brothers and my sisters to know how to apply scholarship and admission in abroad. So if you have any question, you can ask me. Make sure you subscribe my channel, you comment, and you share it to your friends. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm happy to see you here. uh I I will see you next time. And my next video maybe it's more explanation about the study plan and more explanation about the CV. Yeah, thank you so much. Have a nice day. I'm happy to see you here in my video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, share and like share to your friends and comment if you have any question. Thank you so much.